All praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to Apostle Elders in New York, GMS, and sanitation all around the world that's teaching the truth. My name is Maya Ka'al Nagab with Chicago branch of GMS. All right, here it says right here, easy DNA identifications with genealogy database raise privacy concerns. All right, so it says right here. All right, you see this demon right here, this Edomite. All right, it says right here, police in California made headlines this spring when they charged a former police officer with being a Golden State Killer, a man who allegedly committed serious notorious rapes and murders in the 1970s and 80s. All right, you know, he wasn't the only one out there doing this shit, man. You know, yeah, a lot of these Edomite cops, man. Doing these heinous things, man. Particularly to Jake, man. But this hell, even amongst their own people, like this guy, So, he was the only one out there, So, he's got the devil, man. It says in Malachi chapter 1, the border of wickedness, and that's why they evil, man. They, you got Edomite on Edomite, or so-called white on so-called white crime, man. All right, so they border the wickedness, man. All right, it says police in California made, and then again, there's judgment on the people, man. That this guy murdered, It says police in California made headlines this spring when they charged a former police officer with being a Golden State Killer, a man who allegedly committed serious notorious rapes and murders in 1970s. Authorities revealed they used DNA from publicly available genealogy website to crack the case. It says since then, police around the country had started doing the same sort of thing to solve other cold cases. It said that prompted Yandra earlier, the chief science officer at the Israeli company MyHeritage, to investigate just how easy to use public genealogy databases to track down people. We wanted to quantify how powerful this technique is to identify individuals, Early says. So he and his colleagues analyzed the genomes of 1.28 million people in the company database. All right, so this DNA test basically trace your father, your grandfathers, stuff like that. So I guess that's that's what they're using in this case, man, because you can't trace your how they use those fake DNA to show J African and shit. A lot of them fake, man. But this case, man, I believe Esau, Esau, he got all those different types of science and stuff, man. So that he never shared the public, man. So I won't put past him that he could actually do that shit. Trace your your DNA. But though African American, that shit phony. All right, it says we wanted to quantify how powerful this technique is to identify the individual, Early says. So he and his colleagues analyzed the genomes of 1.28 million people in the company database. In a paper published Thursday in the journal Science, the researchers projected they could identify third cousins or more closely related relatives in more than 60% of the people of European descent. They chose this group because most people in their database have that ancestry. All right. Now the key word is people of European descent. Then they said they choose this group because most people in their database have that ancestry. All right, which include you so-called Negroes, Latino, Native American. You have to remember that the people that ruled Europe, especially during the Dark Ages, man. All right, those were Israelites, man. All right, those was so-called Negroes ruling over there, man. You had the Southern Kingdom over there, man. Majority of the Southern Kingdom, you had a little bit Northern Kingdom on there, man. Yeah, and a lot of you so-called Negroes, a lot of you so-called Negroes in America, man. All right. You descended from the original, also in the West Indies, man. All right, you tribe of Benjamins, so-called West Indians, and so-called Negro or African Americans. All right, you descended from these people, man, who used to rule Europe during the Dark Ages, man. All right, and a lot of you descend from these people. You descend from descendants. Some of their descendants with confusion of faces. You know, original Irish, Scott, British, Welsh. You know, and it says, let me see right here. It says 2 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 11 said, lest Satan should get advantage of us, for we are not ignorant. Right? We're not gonna be ignorant to devices, man. All right. That's why y'all gotta be careful when you trace your family ancestry. You know. It says, let me see right here. It says, it's kind of a like each person. This database is a beacon that illuminates hundreds of distant relatives. Earlier said, so it's enough to have your third or your second cousin once removed in the database to identify you, right, man? Esau, he could identify you, man, through DNA, or he could do it with the genealogy records, man. Cause my these two relatives of mine, they passed away, but then this happened. What they did happen like in the 19, I believe like in the late 1960s. All right. But anyway, what they did, whoever they did had them go run uh down south, man. And the FBI came up on my fourth. To me they my fifth cousins, but to the two male they like my fourth cousins. All right. So FBI just just basically combing uh my fourth and third cousins you know farmland down there, man. They looking all through the fields, everything, man. So don't put it past this damn devil, man, because Esau, he getting scared that he's coming out of power and he don't want to let it go. All right. It says right here, it says, and when the research combine their strategy with other information, such as a specific geographic area or approximate age of a person, they could quickly reduce a list of possibilities just to a few people. Of course, you need genealogy records, see that? You need to do the work, but you have enough power to get very close, Alex says. All right, now you at genealogy records, you gotta be careful with that. You could trace your family here, but at the same time, you gotta be careful. All right. The best thing to do is talk to the elderly people in your family, man. All right, and talk to of course if you're Israelite, you got to go through your father's paternal bloodline. But it's good to trace both sides of the family. So you could have have that knowledge, man. Cause it could be things revealed that you are the Israelites, man. Both sides, but if you're Israelite, go to your father, man. You know, not saying this, don't discount your mother, man, because you never know, maybe you could inherit, certain, we curse so-called Negroes, Latino, Native Americans, so curse for now, curse coming up off us, going to Esau, going to Deuteronomy 30 verse 7, but one of the curses is that we be stricken with disease, man. So it's good to find out about your both sides, your family background, man. You stay through a power, Yahweh Mashiach Shai, His will. You stay healthy, and disease free. All right. So of course you need the genealogy records. You need to do the work, but you have enough power to get very close. Early says, and that's not all. Early estimate that at his and other databases grow, investigators will essentially be able to identify anyone in the United States within the ethnic background within a few years. See, they're probably doing this shit now, man. All right. He always say, he pretend like he got technology is gonna be way off, and he already got that shit now. Uh, it seems that very quickly we can get virtually to nearly everyone. Early says, In another part of the study, the researchers went even further to see if they could do the same thing with other DNA databases. They were able to use their technique to identify a supposedly anonymous woman whose DNA was stored in 1,000 genomes projects. Y'all familiar with that? You know, I didn't went suicide, but I brushed up on it. At National Institute of Health Research Database, this technique doesn't only get you criminals, I say you can also use the technique for other purposes, maybe purposes that could be illegitimate. Yeah, right. Damn devil. All right. We all criminals according to him, man. You know. It said all that he said raises serious questions about privacy. The police currently are using these techniques to find murderers and bad people. Earlier said, but are we okay with using this technique to identify people in a political demonstration who left their DNA behind? There are many scenarios that you could think about misuse. All right. You know, but some people involved in genealogy, for instance, defend the use of techniques to help solve series of crimes. I was excited to see this demonstration that the genetic genealogy is so powerful, says Ellen Gretek, director of bioinformatics at Parabon Nanolabs, which helps the police solve crimes this way. All right, so you know you can read the rest of it, man, but you can see like right here, man. You know Esau. You know he wants to be God, man. You know. Read this again. 2 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 11. It said, "Let Satan should get advantage of us, but we are not hearing his devices," right? So you know, you brothers out there, man, just be mindful, man. Be circumspect. So shalom.